Is landing a job really about just your skill set or who you know? I tried applying for many jobs online, and a lot of the times I only got to the level where they said, we decided to go with a different person. And then a few times I actually got interviews to do. These interviews are not even my dream jobs. I don't want to do it, but well, maybe I need the money. If this sounds like you, then keep watching, because in this video we talk about why networking will get you closer to getting that job. Hang on to the end of the video because I will give you an example of how you can introduce yourself in a storytelling approach, which is more appealing than just stating facts. When I took a step back and I thought about this and said, what is an easier path of getting a job of your dreams or working in the company of your dreams? I'll ask you 3 questions. First question is, what are the chances that if you apply for a job online, your resume is going to be at the top of the file? You know how many people apply for jobs online? So many. The chance of your resume going to be at the top of the pile is slim, unless you're extremely highly overqualified. But remember, when you're looking for a job, the goal is to get into that interview room. The rest will sort itself out. So think about it this way. If you're referred by an employee or a hiring manager of the company that you want to work in, you become a front runner. You get into the interview and you vouch for yourself until you get that job. A few days ago, I was at the bank doing some business meetings. During the meeting, I had a conversation with the manager of the bank. We were talking about family, children, kids, and he said that he has a son in college. And I asked him, what does your son do? And he said he's doing an internship at one of the biggest and reputable law firms in Pennsylvania, where I currently live. And then I asked him, how did he get into that? And, not finance like himself. And he told me one time him and his friends had volunteered for something and they needed extra hands. And he asked his son to go with him. And he introduced his son to his friends. And one of them was the manager of this big farm. Cut the long story short, his son already has an offer to work there at that law firm whenever he's done with school. Yes, he's qualified, he's in school studying, and his skills are being used in the company. Based on this whole conversation, it got me to thinking, is landing a job really about just your skill set or who you know? I think this is the second point to think about. Did you know that 70% of the jobs are never published publicly, while 80% of vacancies are filled through personal and professional connections? Did you know that? At the time of posting this video, those are the statistics. All right. So if you're in the same network with someone in a company that you desire to work in, chances are if they refer you, you get your foot to the front door. And then the third thing I'm going to challenge you is it too late to network? For those who don't know, I'm from Kenya, a country in East Africa. I just like saying that for context. And I have a master's in HR. And before I came to the US, I already had my degree in Kenya and had my master's here. Then when I graduated, my husband and I had a baby, and then I, tried looking for a job. At some point I said, you know what, I'm not doing this right now, so let me just stay home and raise a baby, and then at some point I'll figure out this career stuff. But is it too late to start networking, no matter what age you are? This is what I'll tell you. The best time to grow your connections is in college. Everybody likes college kids. I don't know. People just want to help kids in college. When you walk into a room and you say, I am a student at da-da-da-da-da, people just warm up to you. This is the time for you to make connections. You can join your school alumni group. You can go to conventions, volunteer at places, go to trade shows. There's so many ways you can form connections, especially as a student. But if you're not a student, you're out of college and you're out here looking for a job or trying to get to the next step up, what you can do is attend networking events. It could be anything. A friend of mine and I challenged ourselves to attend one networking event in the next couple of weeks. I am a little bit anxious about that because in the US, where I live right now, a lot of the people that I know are family and friends, mostly from Kenya or other countries in Africa. Yes, I know other people in America here, but it's not like we meet all the time. So you need to get out of your shell and challenge yourself to go to a networking event. In a few weeks, I'll be going to a gala. It will be my first gala ever. I have never been to one, but I'm looking forward to that. So maybe I'll tell you how it goes if we do another episode like this. So what are the tips for networking? You will not believe when I tell you this. A study done by Harvard Business Review shows that weak ties are more likely to give you a boost in getting a job compared to your close ties like your family and friends. Do not underestimate the value of arm's length acquittances. Another tip for networking if you're looking for a job is start doing expensive hobbies. Okay, like golfing. So many things you can do out there. Show up, be bold and show up. You don't know who you're going to meet. To add on to this, you don't need to be doing very expensive hobbies at all times because it depends with your niche. Go to the places where those people can be found. And don't be creepy, just, be nice, be cool. The third tip you can borrow for networking is using the storytelling approach. Humanize yourself. Tell your story. Yeah. You went to this school, you graduated with this master's, you have a PhD, probably overqualified for the job that you're looking for. But guess what? People need to see the human side of you. There's more to you than just what you're qualified for that job. Make yourself human. People will warm up to you like that. If I was in a networking event, I would introduce myself maybe briefly like this. Hey, my name is Sharon and I'm originally from Kenya, but I currently live in the US. The transition from Kenya to the US was huge. It pushed me into this deep dive of trying to constantly improve myself and figure out where I fit in this world here that is so different from where I grew up. And that's why I started this YouTube channel on personal growth and development, because I wanted to share my experiences of growth as well as lessons I've learned from navigating life into different cultures. And I aim to share my experiences to help people see that no matter where they are. How about you? What sparked your interest in marketing? Is it still possible to get a job outside of networking? Absolutely. It just depends. Which route do you want to go? Do you want to go through this just a little bit easier route of going through networking, or the long route of just doing it all by yourself online? You'll still end up getting the job of your dreams in one way or the other. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Check out this next video where I talk about if you're feeling lost and left behind, what steps can you take?